My name is Arleen Lopez, and I am the grant manager for Treatment Associates and Transcultural Health Development Center.
My name is Ashley Jameson, and I'm the clinic director for Treatment Associates.
My name is Charnice Wells. I am the clinic director for Transcultural Health Development.
For Arleen and Ashley at Treatment Associates, you've implemented a check-in kiosk system that's improving time management and efficiency at your site. What is the kiosk software that you implemented, and what does it do?
So here, all of the Acadia CTCs have implemented a kiosk that runs through our EMR Methosoft. And so it allows patients to check in from that kiosk to alleviate the kind of patient flow at the front desk. They are able to put in their patient ID number, and then once they enter their patient ID number, if they have no stops or anything like that, then they can just check in. If there's any financial holds or if there's anything that the counselor needs from the patients, then it'll tell them on the screen, and then that directs them back to the front desk.
And so what type of patients have you found to utilize the kiosk the most? Is there any trends you've noticed there with patient population who uses the kiosk more frequently than others?
So I think we really try to teach all the patients how to utilize the kiosk. We have some patients in the clinic who have been here, since the early 2000s. So the kiosk was definitely something new to them. And then obviously, like with that age demographic, the technology, getting them on board with the technology definitely was a learning process. But I think now that we've had the kiosk for, upwards of 3.5 years, 4 years, everybody's really good at checking in, so they can either utilize the touchscreen or they can use the keyboard and the mouse, whatever works for them. And my front desk and office manager do a really great job when new patients come into the clinic, kind of teaching them how to use the kiosk. And so someone is always available for questions. And again, if a patient doesn't want to use it, they're more than welcome to stop by the front desk. But I think we really try to have everybody, regardless of age or the demographic, utilize the kiosk.
So what is the biggest benefit overall that your site has seen due to implementing the kiosks?
I think for Sacramento, the biggest benefit is the fact that we have on average anywhere from 150 to 225 patients in and out of the clinic every day for medication. It really does alleviate a lot of the pressure on the front desk when they are juggling, intakes that are in the clinic and appointments that are for the physician, and just kind of all the coordination that goes into their role at the front desk, not having all those 175 to 225 patients kind of bombarding them at once. And although they are absolutely willing to help, it definitely relieves some of the pressure off the front desk. So it doesn't feel as hectic up there as sometimes it can.
I would say the biggest benefits is our wait times. Those are definitely lower. So patients are able to easily come into the clinic, receive their medication, they're in and out, they're not standing in line for an extended period of time. Like Ashley stated, during our intake process, that it ties up some of our receptionists. They're trying to handle intake paperwork, and then patients have to wait. So with the kiosk, it has allowed them to bypass that area, get in and get out, and they really love that.
So both of your sites have great patient appreciation programs. Charnice, at your site, some of those programs include fun raffles. Can you tell us more about how those raffles work?
Yeah, so the raffle is something that we recently incorporated. Our patients receive raffle tickets with all group participation. Any group that they go to, they'll receive a raffle ticket for the person that's conducting that group. At the end of the month, we'll choose a few of the raffle tickets, and then they get to spin the wheel and win prizes.
Great. And so what are some examples of those prizes that are given out typically?
We do gift cards, snack baskets, travel-sized journals, and some CTC merch.
And are your patients receptive to the raffles? Have you seen an increase in any group participation due to the raffles?
What I have noticed is a lot of the patients that did receive those raffle tickets have returned to at least one group. So we do know that it is getting their attention, but of course it's something that we still want to advertise across the clinic overall. So we do have an annual budget that's done by our higher ups, and then also our regional director is meeting with us all monthly, where we go over all of the events that we could put on to make sure that we're within that budget. And we have fun ideas that she'll throw out, and then we'll make sure that it is appropriate for our clinic.
Charnice, at your site, you have implemented a patient advisory board. How does the patient advisory board help with participating in patient appreciation events?
So the patient advisory committee, they are the voice. They give us different insight to what the patients are looking for, what kind of things that they appreciate overall. So a lot of times we'll come up with a couple of things and it's presented to the patient advisory committee and they'll give us their feedback on what they think. So I have an example of one. We really wanted to do a barbecue for Recovery Month. It was something that everyone had all these elaborate ideas of how we wanted to have that picture overall just be played out. But the advisory committee did give us some feedback and said, hey, some of our patients, they're in and out. They won't have the time to go back to there and wait for someone to prepare food. So then they're not really getting the same chance as everyone else to participate in the event. So they actually decided on what food we had for that event. So they give a lot of good feedback.
Both of your sites implement food holidays and food giveaways throughout the year. Arleen or Ashley, can you describe some of the patient initiatives at your site?
1 month, I believe we did like National Oreo Cookie Day, and all the patients were able to get Oreo cookies.
Charnice, do you implement any similar national food holidays in addition to your monthly raffles at your site at Coastal?
Yeah, so myself and Ashley are on the same call with our regional director. So we do a lot of the same national holidays. A couple of them will differ, but a majority of them we do align with what Sacramento does.
And what has the overall patient response been at both of your sites to these, random food holidays or just fun little patient appreciation activities?
I would say here at Coastal, they have been very receptive. They love it. I've even had a couple patients come in and tell me, hey, did you know yesterday was this national holiday? They look forward to it. And if we don't do it, I will hear about it the next day.
For Arleen and Ashley, does your site budget for these patient appreciation events similar to the way that Charnice does at Coastal?
In the past, before our region started kind of pushing them out, as a region in Sacramento, we've done like a taco truck. We've had the Kona ice truck come out to the clinic. So those were like on a much bigger scale, which is nice. But I think those are really fun to do, once a year or twice a year. But then having that kind of consistency with the national days and the patients coming to the clinic and getting a treat pretty frequently is more effective than those big days. We can do something like that for the 4th of July or for like a summer kickoff, but having something for them to look forward to, more than once a year is definitely beneficial. So I think our budget is definitely set up the same way. And like Charnice said, we get like a whole list of things that we can pick from. And then if they fit for our clinic, then we implement them.
So overall, what do you see has been the biggest benefit your patients can get out of patient appreciation programs?
I think here in Sacramento, the biggest benefit is really having the patients feel connected to the clinic, and having the patients know that we do care about them, right? Like for our patients, a little bit goes a long way. So it really is those small things like handing out coffee for the patients. Our patients come to the clinic and, they want their coffee sometimes before they want their medication. It's something that they may not be able to get outside, because of lack of funds for themselves. So I think giving them something to look forward to and something that they really know that like we want to give to them, it makes them, feel appreciated and makes them feel like they should be a part of the clinic.